All right, we're back. I think Mark is probably traveling back from the game watch party he was at with Syracuse, unless he's getting beat up. Fresh, hopefully, will join in. I got Faris on T Dub. What a win! I mean, a little sloppy at the end there, if I'm being honest, but
Yeah,
you know,
that's to be expected, though. I think a lot of those guys got good minutes. A lot came at them, right? They were playing a team that was trying to press and steal the ball and score, and so they got a lot of good, valuable minutes. So I know it was probably not the best basketball to be watching, but I think good things happened in that time.
yeah, it's good for Elijah. I feel like Elijah, man, second game back, he gets all these minutes and he's learning on the go, and like the turnovers and stuff, while frustrating, are probably good
Yeah, no,
learning
100%.
moments for
It was
him.
good
Yeah,
for everybody. It was great minutes for everybody against the ACC team too. Usually you get those minutes against not ACC opponents. So the fact that it came against an ACC opponent is amazing.
yes, sir. Yeah, seriously, Tristan Howe with the little floater there at the end. He had a nice move before that too. I was,
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, it's always fun to see those guys score. They,
yeah,
they work hard in practice. A lot of people don't see it. So
carrying the
they
torch
work
for
hard.
carrying the
They do.
torch for our guy GK
Yeah, GK,
coming
exactly.
in.
Got to set a high standard there.
Yeah, he started a tradition. Um, no, that was amazing. So what are we breaking down? What do you take out of the end of that game? Like, it's kind of weird, right? We go up 30, we're on fire, we sort of impose our will, and then what happens is Coach Bennett just like, all right, put in the reserves and let's run it like get.
Nah, you usually don't put those. I mean, reserve games are usually ones that you just get blown out, and you're like, all right, let's just never talk about that again. But no, I think there's a lot to learn. I mean, I think we ran our offense well. We obviously hit shots. Like I think there's good things to take away from. Like there's like, hey guys, like this is what we can be when we hit our shots, we play well, and all this. So I think there's definitely good things to be taken out of it. I mean, obviously you might not like dissect it as much as you would dissect other games, like maybe the A&M game, especially the second half of the second half. But there's definitely good things to take away from it.
Yeah, what? So when you go back and look at this tape, I mean, a lot of it is probably Syracuse not playing their best and probably not in their best form. And then us being hot. It's kind of like the perfect storm. I imagine it's not something you expect to see every game, but when you go back and look at this tape, how does that work? Do you pull out the good things you do and the bad things you do, and you just dissect it like any other game?
Yeah, exactly. I think you dissect it like any other game. I mean, obviously, I think there's good things we did on offense. We moved the ball. Like a lot of those shots were open shots too. So that means like we're running our sets and our offense pretty well. So those are good things to take away from that too. Obviously, there's always things to dissect too. Like defensively, sometimes we broke down. We let guys straight to the rim. So like there's always good things and bad things. Obviously, this game there were a lot more good things than bad things this game to take away from.
Yeah, I'm glad Reese. I mean, it looked like E had to take Reese in the back and evaluate him a little bit. I hope he's okay. But good game for him to like get some rest at the end there. We didn't have to push it here in the last couple of minutes with him. There you go. Some comments rolling in. Bill saying that was fun, except for the slay. Yeah, that's exactly what we said. A lot of fun to watch. I mean, I kind of like the end there to see the you always want to see the guys who don't get minutes get in and see what they can do, and it's kind of a fun Julie with the Wahoo Wah. It was a solid game, man. I mean, Isaac McNeely's got to be feeling pretty good, right? Like
Yeah,
that
100%.
was
It's always good when your shots are hitting. You take that confidence into the next game, and then hopefully you take that confidence into the whole season. Uh,
yeah. The bench
yeah,
definitely
the bench
held the lead.
we had great. Obviously, the bench did get a lot of minutes, but Blake got some great minutes there. Great experience against a ACC team. Obviously, Elijah got great minutes. Even Tane hit a couple shots too. That's always
Yeah.
great to see.
Can we
So
talk?
yeah,
Can we talk Eli's athleticism for a minute? Like, I hate to say Ja Morant in terms of
In terms
you
of
know, hang time and all, but then he had a reverse layup that he missed. Even Dan Bonner was like, "Wow."
yeah, no,
I mean,
that was athletic. It was
that
definitely
was hang time.
he's
And
definitely got I mean, there's no doubt about his bounce and athletic ability. He definitely has it.
he has it. And
He
there
has
was also he got a rebound and took the ball down the floor as fast as I've probably seen anyone do it this season, which is saying something because Reese is lightning quick as well.
yeah.
I mean, he missed it. Both of them did not convert, but you see the potential of what this guy could
Yeah,
be, and
100%.
it's like we haven't honestly we haven't had a player like that at UVA in a while, like with his sort of athleticism and sort of pizzazz, if you could say. I mean, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it is. You could definitely see the potential there. I mean, obviously, the next step for him, and he was going to learn it. He's brand new, right? He's playing in his second game ever. But like he just like he's obviously athletic, but yeah, developing that touch, developing that control around the basket. Uh, all that stuff will absolutely come. But yeah, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, whew. Um, it really seems like we have the offensive playmakers. We just need a little more. Um, yeah, that's the thing that was a question mark. Like, do we really have guys that can do it off the dribble? I mean, we did it this game, but like consistently and in big moments. It's one thing to do it when you're, everything is going your way. It's another thing when we're struggling to have a get a bucket and we need somebody to make a play. Do we have that? I think we're definitely in a better position than we were last year, but that's still a question mark, right? We need to wait and see on that one. What do you think,
Yeah,
Faris?
absolutely. Yeah, I know. I think we have the guys there. I think what the good thing about our team is any of our guys could be that guy at any
Yeah,
moment. If we need a big three, we obviously are going to go to Isaac. If we Reese is great at driving. Ryan didn't have the greatest offensive game today, but he's also a great option too. Groves is developing too. Obviously, we saw Rhodey these past two games really come into his own there also. So I think we do have the horses there, and I think the beauty of it is like any of them could provide that spark. It's not years past where we can maybe sometimes there's only like two guys on the court that we could confidently say like, hey, maybe
right.
go do something for us. I think we have a really solid team where we can say like any of these five guys could make that shot, could make that play, could do that for us.
And of course, I'm not to be a Debbie Downer, but can they do it in March? We don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Can we do it in March? Like that's what we're playing for, right?
Every team's I mean, we always think we have it bad, but every team always has that question. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, there's only one winner. There's only one winner at the end of it.
Yeah, I mean that's the fun part in this, right? You go through the season, you try to get better every game, and then you see how things kind of shake out in the big dance.
Yeah.
Will, when was the last time Tony put the second team in with more than six? I mean, this is a Danny Nickel kind of question.
Yeah.
He probably will give us the exact minute. And
I don't
time
remember
that
an
happened,
ACC game. I don't remember. Obviously there's been some non-ACC games where I remember one year I think against it might have been Grambling. We put in like our second team and walk-ons. I might have been with like 12 minutes left. It was something ridiculous.
But in the ACC, that's
hard to do. It's impressive that you get up that much, and
no, for sure.
TV has the confidence to like put the guys in and trust them. Like there's still like 7 minutes left. Like anything could happen. But
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Reese totally shut down Judah on a bum knee too, which is kind of incredible. Shout out Reese.
There's no shock in there.
Bill, we have to be able to get to the foul line more. Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you're shooting the lights out like we were, like we said earlier, it's kind of hard to pull.
Yeah, I think we found our game outside the arc today, so which is awesome. I mean, how much we made like 12 threes or something. So it's been almost a whole calendar year since we've done something like that. So yeah, amazing.
Yeah, when that happens, it kind of covers up this. If you're bigs, we've had issues with scoring interior and post play.
Yeah, we just didn't need we just
Yeah,
didn't
when you're hitting
have that
threes.
this game. We didn't need Reese to drive to the rim. We didn't need Ryan to drive to the rim. We were hitting our shots. So more likely than not, you're not going to foul a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, Christmas came early today. No kidding. Dunks, 3-pointers, free throws. We got it all. It was nice to see.
Yeah, definitely a good game.
Yeah, this team. Let's hope that's the hope and the dream, right? And you can trust TV and the staff that they will get better and better. That's one thing we've always seen. Our game should bump us up in Ken Palm. Yeah, like we're 101 in offense. I think that number should improve for sure. And in Wisconsin's game, yeah, that I don't know if they pulled. Did they get a win today?
I think they were beating Marquette.
Yeah, they were up.
Yeah. See where that's at.
What do we got? WFS. I wonder if it was whatever's going on with Reese more so than Dante's injury that forced Elijah's shirt burn. I actually think it was just Elijah being healthy and probably showing himself in practice and looking like he should play. That they burned it, right? Like that'd be my guess. What do you think?
I think it's also a player's decision too. So like if Elijah wants to go, then yeah, I think they let him go and they let him do that. So yeah, I mean, I think he saw his potential. I think he knew he had to grow, and the only way to do that is play in these
yeah.
So
number 12.
I mean, Dante is unfortunately injured right now, so it definitely works out in his favor. He's the backup.
And Elijah being number 12, I got to shout out our other number 12 that should be retired, DeAndre Hunter. Happy birthday! I got your shirt on.
Sure.
Yeah, Jim Romeo. This ain't Grambling. We don't know that yet. Maybe Syracuse is Grambling. Yeah,
it looked like it. It looked like it.
Buchanan just needs to get stronger. Yeah, and like Faris said, more playing time is going to help.
Yeah, MC is going to get him right in the weight room. He's going to build that muscle. He's going to get stronger, and then he's going to get experience too. He's only a freshman, playing in the ACC, one of the top basketball conferences. So he's definitely going to get better, 100%.
Yeah, they got their practice today, Jim. And I mean, that was great. I think, as Faris said earlier, it's valuable to get real game time, and he wasn't against the second team. That was against the real Syracuse. They were putting a lot of pressure on them. That's great experience in terms of the moment. So, like, I look at those couple sloppy plays as great, learning moments.
Yeah, 100%. They're great learning moments.
Jim, Jordan Minor still not shining. Yeah, hopefully he turns it around. I don't know. I don't see it. I have no idea what's going on in practice. Hopefully he's getting better and figuring it out. But at the moment, he doesn't seem like he's contributing a ton. But hopefully that changes. I don't know, Faris. What do you?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone needs to stay ready. I think we always see it.
Yeah.
I think I think during my time we had when Marco Anthony was on the team, we were down a couple men against Louisville, and Marco came in and he might have had like 20 points that game or something. He was a big spark. So always got to stay ready. There will be a need for you at some point. So
yeah, people have said, because he's not picking up the pack line as quickly. You think that's possible?
I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm not at practice or anything, and I don't see what the coaches see. But I mean, maybe that could play a role into it. I don't know. But obviously, he was recruited here, so we saw something in him, right? Like it wasn't a secret that he played zone for 4 years before he came here. Like the coaches actively recruited him, knowing that was the case. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't really speak to that.
Yeah, well, Elijah, I think, is the one. McNeely coming out big. Reese's injury. There's some stuff here out of this game that it will be curious to watch. And we talked about, we got Memphis coming up soon, but this is probably the second biggest game we have in December. So to have an easy win, I don't want to like downplay any of the other teams we're playing, but like easier schedule outside of Memphis for the rest of the year, so that
Yeah, I think through the end of the year and going into January, I think we have a very, it's a favorable schedule. I mean, it's still, especially in January when an ACC play kicks into high gear. Obviously, anything can happen, right? These coaches know each other's ins and outs, so it's highly competitive no matter who we play. But Yeah, I think we have a favorable schedule probably heading into all the way up until the month of February. But again, anything can happen. Nothing's a gimmick. Every game should be approached with the same intensity and that we had today and execution. So yeah, but it is favorable. Obviously, Memphis is the one that we're all looking at December 19th now, a couple
Yeah.
weeks from now. So
Peggy says she really likes Rhodey.
yeah, Rhodey these past couple
Yeah,
games, I think he's come into his own these past couple games. It's been cool to see. He seems like he's got his offensive groove going, and hopefully it grows from here.
you like him, but not enough to spell his name right. No, I'm kidding. Maggie Pope, Wisconsin looking good against Marquette. Yeah,
they're up 10 right now. Almost to the under 4 media timeout in the second half. So yeah, they are looking good. So hopefully that loss will be that much better for us.
Yeah, I mean maybe they turn it around, right? Like, because I know they had a couple losses, but they looked so good against us. It was kind of hard to understand how they lost. When you watched our game, you're like, "Holy smoke! Somebody beat them easily." Yeah. But
I feel like every year we kind of have one or two of those games where people kind of just go off and they look like teams you wouldn't expect to go off on us. Kind of just do that. I think that's just a natural course of action that we've had in recent history. But obviously, we've shown that it's a blip in the anomaly. So we came out against A&M, took care of business, really took care of business again today against Syracuse. And I have nothing but confidence that it'll continue to happen.
I mean, when you talk about this team low, like in terms of ceiling and floor, like where is it a higher floor, lower ceiling, or like what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I think it's hard to tell. I mean, we're only like 8 games in. I think the key is just consistency, right? You got to be consistent one way or the other. Like, is this the team we're gonna get against? Is this offensively the performance we're gonna have against a lot of teams? It's just consistency. Like, if we could show we're consistent about it, obviously not everyone plays defense the same too. Like, other teams are more intense, play harder, different styles, but if we could show some consistency, I do like this team. I think it's a really, really good, solid team.
Yeah, Jim with the wait till some stiff competition. Yeah, that's kind of, we've had a couple tests so far, but again, early in this season, it's hard to tell this early. You just kind of got.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's other teams that have things that Syracuse might not have. Like, obviously, when we played Florida, it was very apparent that their size early on was going to affect us, and then we kind of handled that a little bit. But some teams will have bigger size that they exploit. Obviously, Syracuse technically had a 7'4" guy in there, but he's not the greatest player that they've had at that size. So obviously, there'll be different things thrown at us. It's definitely not going to be easy. Like this, we should not take this game and be like, we're
good. Yeah, we're undefeated the rest of the season. Yeah.
But obviously, every team brings different challenges, and our coaching staff will definitely get us ready for all those challenges coming our way.
That's great coach speak, Faris. You've been taught well. Miami, Duke. Our ACC schedule low key is kind of easy because we only play Miami, Duke, UNC once each. Those are the big ones. And then we have, like Faris said, the early part of the schedule looks pretty easy compared to what it could be, right? You could be traveling to Duke and UNC and Miami early, and we're not. We've got a lighter schedule early that could bode well for us.
Sure. It's definitely favorable, but again, like there's definitely it's conference play. Anything can happen. These coaches know each other. Like, you could take like Notre Dame. Like, if Notre Dame doesn't look like the greatest basketball team, but like Coach Getter, who was on staff the past couple of years, is now the associate head there. So obviously he knows our team in and out. He knows our roster. He knows our coaching staff. He knows everything. So like there's stuff like that. Like, it's just, you can't, like, sometimes stat sheets don't predict that kind of stuff.
Right. I mean, you look at the schedule, and if you're just checking things off, you might look at our thing and say, "Hey, if we get Memphis, we could be like 20-1, right?" Like,
yeah, exactly.
But you just don't. It's hard to do that.
Yeah, it's hard to do. Obviously, we play Tech in there. That's always, like, doesn't matter how bad or good any team is. That's always a big rivalry game. It's just, yeah, it's hard. I think we have Clemson's a good team too. I mean, they got Joe Girard, PJ Hall. They got, there's just solid teams in there. They're not like, barn burn, like I'm like terrified to play them, but like there's definitely solid teams in there.
Yeah, Reese definitely had a good showing against Mintz. Good stat line. Hopefully, whatever scouts were there saw what they saw. But that definitely positives. What do you think about our hometown kids, I should say, Malik Brown, Justin Taylor? Where were they? Like, they're coming back home to Charlottesville, obviously something they're very familiar with, coming into UVA and getting blown out like that. Like, I wonder, I don't know. What do you think? How do you think they took that?
That's probably not the greatest feeling, obviously, especially I would say, especially for Justin, because he's from Charlottesville, grew up here. Right. I think that's obviously when you choose a school outside of your home city and then you have a chance to play at that school,
you want to show out.
Yeah, you want to come out and you want to show out. Drop 30, do everything you can for to win the game and to put the best stats up. So obviously that's not the greatest feeling in the world. I'm sure he's not too happy about it, but it's what happens when you play Virginia sometimes.
Yeah,
it's what happened like that.
And on the reverse side, I mean, we really took McNeely over Taylor, right? Like, that's like ultimately what it boiled down to. And McNeely going off, it's kind of a
Yeah, exactly.
It can't be a great feeling.
Yeah, the fans are probably like, yeah, we made, but it's all there's a lot of factors that go into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Justin's a great player. He has a lot of skills. He's a real good basketball player. So it all depends. Like, obviously he's in a different system, different coaches. You get different drills, different everything. So it all depends, right? You don't know how he would perform if he was in our system. Like, you just never know that kind of stuff.
You just don't know. And I just cheer for him because he's a Charlottesville kid, and it's always tough seeing a kid from your hometown go somewhere else and you got to play against them. I don't know. Maybe I'm from Charlottesville, so that maybe that means a little more to me, and I'm more sensitive to it. But like, it just seems tough. I'm sure his family and everyone was there. Just anyway, you can tell why those guys didn't come here. Can't hang on D.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. Yeah, I think that's more it goes to coaching than anything, right? I mean, like, you gotta coach, right? Like,
yeah,
you gotta put them in right positions. You gotta coach them on defense. I just don't think they're very interested in playing. Like, that starts from the coaching level. So obviously, if Justin was placed in our system, I think he'd have a different attitude about it.
Yeah,
and Malik, I think they both have different attitudes about it. So yeah, you just never know. It's hard to tell.
Steve, with seem like rebounding disadvantage really cleaned up. Yeah, when you shoot 60%, that definitely helps too. Like, not a ton of rebounds when everything's going through the hoop, but
yeah, they didn't really crash the boards, obviously. So like, I think Justin was one of their top rebounders.
Yeah, he was six.
So I think we put Ryan on him to kind of neutralize that. And their big guy, obviously he's 7'4". I thought we could exploit him on offense, and I think we did a little bit towards the beginning of the game, and that's why he didn't play that much. So I think size-wise, there wasn't really a disadvantage there for us, maybe like slightly, but it wasn't the craziest thing I've seen, right? It wasn't like Florida where like they're just obviously bigger and try to take advantage of that.
How about this stat line with appreciate Rich for posting this: 13-1, 8 assists, 1 block, 1 steal, 0 turnovers. Whew.
Yeah, that is
big
very
time.
efficient night or evening or day.
I mean,
whatever.
you think about, like, when we talked about earlier against Syracuse, you got to be efficient, and no turnovers. You got to stop Mintz. I mean, he checked everything off. I mean, obviously we won easily, but Reese is a big reason why. I mean,
8 assists, 0 turn. That's
elite. That is elite.
That's what we like.
Jim, with what remains our biggest weakness? I mean, you want to start for
Faris? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I'll go back to consistency. I think we've seen flashes out of everyone, here and there. Obviously, it's still early. Like, the sample size is like decent, but not like the biggest sample size. So obviously, we've seen, like, Rhodey play not so great, and then we've seen him play great recently. We've seen Blake play amazing against Florida, and then not so great other games. I think it's just consistency, right? If we can put it together, and I'm not saying everyone needs to average 20 a game. Like that's obviously not feasible, but I think if we can be consistent, obviously our defense I think will always be there. So if we could just if we could be consistent on the offensive end, and it doesn't necessarily have to be one player being consistent. If we can just all around, like if one guy is not having a good night, another guy can pick it up. If we can have that kind of production, I think would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean my whole thing is always, can you do it in big moments down the stretch consistently? Because we're going to have big games. We're going to go to Cameron. I mean, we're going to be an ACC tournament. Oh, fingers crossed we make the NCAA. Those are big moments.
Yeah.
Who steps? Are people going to be ready? Are people going to be confident and step up and make plays? Because ultimately, those games generally boil down to who makes the big plays.
Yeah. And then I think our front court. Obviously this is obviously that our size is going to be a big disadvantage for us. But I think the mentality is, if you're obviously going against a team that's going to crash, like you're inevitably going to give up the offensive rebounds. But I think the key there is to limit the second chance points, right? Like, all right, cool, they got a rebound, but they still have to score after that. Like you don't get a point for a rebound. So obviously just, drilling that. And I know we drill rebounding a lot. So
I mean, if you can hit threes from the logo like McNeely,
yeah, I mean, if McNeely wants to play like that the whole season, that'd be awesome. Like that'd be great.
Yeah, good point about coaching and the 7'4" guy far out. I mean, that's front court depth, backup PG for sure. That's why I liked seeing Eli out there against that press early. Like, that's incredible experience. There you go, Hampton with the Elijah's going to be really good, but his tendency to call his own number is getting him in trouble. Yeah, he's young and he's learning, so like they're gonna go back and watch this tape, and the game will slow down for him. Me thinking this is his second game, that's wild, and he didn't play last year from an injury. So to me, I saw everything I needed to see from him. He looked the part. Give him time. He's gonna be something else. Let's put it that way. We haven't had the combination of speed and athleticism from someone like him, and I don't even know when. If I'm being honest, what do you think, Faris? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely been a while. I haven't, he's definitely a unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that just comes with experience, right? I think he's literally making the transition from high school to college, and obviously I think in high school he was the guy. So, his team, his coaches relied on him, so he would always call his own number there. So it's kind of hard to make that transition, especially at UVA where it's very team based, team oriented. So he'll definitely learn that 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking history wise, Jamal Robinson, you got Adam Hall. With crazy speed and athleticism at that sort of 2-guard spot, you can maybe say Justin was more power. I don't than like speed but Justin also crazy athletic. Yeah, he had bounce.
He was athletic, but yeah, a lot of it was also power. But yeah, I mean, shoot, Elijah's probably not even 100%, and his head's already at the rim. So
yeah, he's crazy. I mean, you could say maybe DT Darius Thompson had more of a gliding bounce, not as much power as Elijah. But this is a unique kind of unicorn player, as you said, that TB probably hasn't had in his tenure with this combination and size, is power, speed. His handles, like this is
it's cool. I mean, we have Ryan too, so like Ryan and Elijah on the same court. Yeah, that's shot. Like, yeah, I'd love to see them in a jumping contest to see.
Yeah, Ryan Dunn is just like, we haven't even talked about him. He's amazing, like fun to watch. That one block he had, he's got a motor and a game that is also very rare. So I feel like with Reese done, and if we can get Eli up and McNeely's hitting, it's fun to watch. Like there's some real potential here, which we're all hoping for. But it's kind of nice to see it play out. It will be a fun season for us to kind of watch and follow. What do we have next? What's the next game for us? Have you looked at?
What is the next game? I don't know. Is it Northeastern? It might
Yeah, I
be.
think it's Northeastern. We have some lower bowl tickets. If anyone, we got what?
Oh, no, it's North Carolina Central on
North Carolina Central. I think Northeastern is one after.
Northeastern's on next Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, Northeastern, we might have some tickets to give away. So if anyone's interested, hit up our forum. Let us know if you want to sit in the lower bowl, get some nice seats. Let us know. Would love to give them to a fan that wants to go to the game and appreciates watching this kind of performance against not the best opponent, but just to get down in the lower court. JPJ, a rare opportunity. Let us know. Hit up our forum. Also, VIP is free this month in December, so check that out. Just log on to Locker Room Access, check it out. You can cancel, at the end of December if you don't like it, but we're confident if you love UVA hoops, you unlock a forum where you can chat with who's got next, who's got all this crazy knowledge of recruiting and tidbits here and there, that all the stuff that everybody loves that we don't necessarily post out in public. He posts that in his blogs. He posts that in the forum. You can ask him questions. It's pretty cool. I had to say, if you're really into hoops, check it out. It's free this month. Eric, if you had to pick a way to start the ACC, this game gave you encouragement, excitement, allows the staff to have great teaching tools. Work. I mean, I kept thinking this is the old Syracuse. I was always happy to see them, early in the schedule versus in March. But yeah, this was a good one. I was happy with what we saw.
Great way to start conference play.
1-0. We're number one in the ACC. Come on now, you can't beat that.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any other ACC game. I know there's some being played right now, but I don't know if there was any at noon. But yeah, technically we would be number one in the ACC.
Enjoy it, bask in it. We're number one in the ACC. Come on now.
As of the second, we are number one in the ACC. Let's see. Oh no, Miami beat Notre Dame. So
shoot, we're tied for one.
We're tied for first.
No, Georgia, but his is
10 on Duke, real quick.
Yeah, there we go. Eric with you. Miami beat Notre Dame.
Yeah. UNC and FSU are playing right now. Georgia Tech is up 10 on Duke right now. Just started.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's an ACC game. It's a win. We're undefeated in the ACC.
Yeah.
Great stuff. I never take these ACC wins lightly. It's always nice to get conference wins. I know TB and staff have made it really easy, but for all the fans that have been around a long time, we all know and can appreciate. We've had seasons where we win 2 or 3 games, and it's awesome to get come out of the gate with a win.
It is a win.
Jen with go Georgia Tech.
Go Georgia, go Rambling Wreck.
Who are they playing?
They're playing they're Duke right now.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, this is going to be an exciting season for sure.
It's good. It's good. I think we were all kind of down after Wisconsin, and I think these past West Virginia was a little iffy too, but these past couple games, I think
pulled us back in. We're back.
People's spirits have been lifted.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely a little recency bias.
TV
16-0 in ACC openers. Let's go. That's crazy.
So I guess we know nothing but winning ACC openers.
Yeah, under TB. Everything changed under TB. If I'm being honest,
that's an insane stat.
That is crazy. 16-0. Hey, you still got to enjoy it. You still got to enjoy it. This is. I know a lot of fans are used to this, but man, soak it in. Doesn't happen. Eric, question: do you expect many lineup changes with matchups, or does the last 2 show Groves can handle the post play?
Yeah, I think Groves is our best option at the 5 to start with. I think obviously the size may not be there, but I think he has the ability to create a mismatch on the other end. I think we saw that early on in the game, right? He got a couple quick early looks. They didn't go in, but he got great looks. So I think that's definitely I think that's an opportunity we can definitely expand on. And obviously, when Blake comes in with his size, he's not as strong as he should be, but I think he'll provide some good minutes too. But I think Groves is the right move at the 5 for right now.
Yeah, yeah. Groves has shown me something in the last couple games, man. He looks more aggressive. He looks like same with Rhodey. They look like they're just playing the part more than
Yeah,
questioning
always a
themselves.
good thing to have, like, if your 5-man can shoot from deep, right, the guy defending him, like, let's just say 7'4", has to respect it, so he has to be out there. So even if he's able to recover and get to Groves, right, that opens lanes for Reese, that opens lanes for Ryan to go. There's no rim protector there anymore. So I think there's a lot of matchup positive potential there.
Yeah, that's kind of taking a playbook out of what beats us often, right? Back, you look at San Francisco, what they did to us a couple years ago, and a bunch of teams have done this, right? Where they pull the bigs out and then we struggle when they're hitting threes and picking and popping, and we tend to sort of lose our mojo. And I think now we're flipping the script on it with Groves.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I also think Ryan can kind of get in there maybe a little with his athleticism and guard the 5. Right, he's obviously will probably be smaller than them, but Ryan has the capability to reach their height. So I think that's also a possibility if we need to switch some things up. But yeah, I like our lineup right now.
Yeah, the counter for us of we don't have great bigs. The counter is what you said, right? Yeah, we got to stretch the
Yeah,
floor.
there's always pros and cons to it,
Yeah,
right? Like, obviously, the cons are probably more visible because we give up offensive, we give up offensive rebounds, which turns into points. And if Groves is not making a shot, then obviously the cons are more visible. But there's definitely pros and cons to it.
there we go. From Ryan, Wisconsin beat Marquette. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on now. Quad 1 win coming our way.
Exactly, Marquette's 3.
Sean, great that Tony has opened up the offense some. Yeah, can you say he's opened up the offense some? Is that fair? Is that a fair?
I think it's just more noticeable because when guys hit shots, I think we just tend to think like something might have changed. I think it's just our guys were hitting shots. It might have been the defense we were playing. I think that's more of the sentiment. Obviously, like we made some adjustments in like we saw what was working. Right, okay, let's just keep doing this. But yeah, I think we stayed pace with it.
I mean, we talked about before A&M playing with joy and having fun. Look, obviously, winning breeds all kinds of enjoyment. But like McNeely took a step back, and then he had that logo shot, and there was some real excitement. And then Elijah. I mean, they all look like they are enjoying themselves out there.
When you're up 30, it's definitely enjoyable. When you're up 30 against the ACC team, very, very enjoyable experience. So obviously when you're hitting shots, it's very enjoyable. So yeah, I mean, I think it was good day for us.
Good day. Appreciate everybody jumping on. We'll end it here. Any other final parting shots? Anybody in the comments? Faris, any thoughts?
No
comments?
thoughts.
Questions? Go Who's. Appreciate everybody for jumping on again. Check out our locker room access. Check out December VIP, and also happy birthday, Dre. Wahoo wah. And we will see you guys at the next pregame. Go Who's.
Go Who's.